What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Monday, February 12, 2018, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Everyone had a fantastic weekend. Joaquin Phoenix may be potentially starring as the signature Batman villain, the Joker, in a planned origin film from producer Martin Scorsese and director Todd Phillips. Phoenix is Phillips' top choice to star as the clown prince of crime, with the actor agreeing to take on the role after thinking it over, Variety reported, citing sources. Phoenix is the second name attached to the role after Leonardo DiCaprio was said to be circling the part, Entertainment Weekly reported. The Joker was last portrayed by Jared Leto in Suicide Squad, part of Warner Bros. DC Extended Universe, which also includes films Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, Wonder Woman, Justice League, and the forthcoming Aquaman. The origin film will take place outside the Extended Universe and will help launch a new DC Comics banner at Warner Bros. that will allow the studio to tell unique comic book stories using different actors in the title roles. Leto is still expected to portray the Joker in a Suicide Squad sequel. Nightwing director Chris McKay released a poll on Twitter for fans to vote on what quality they would want in an actor to portray the DC Comics superhero. The filmmaker asked Thursday, alongside four options, if you were to cast Nightwing, what is the most important quality you would look for in an actor? Alongside four options: recognizable movie star, a badass martial artist, Romany, and vulnerable emotional. As of noon Friday, badass martial artist led the way with 47% of the vote. The second place option, vulnerable emotional, has 22%. The casting poll came after McKay responded to a fan on Twitter asking for an update on the live-action film based on the popular Batman character. He says, some early VD news, a Nightwing script expected very soon, working on the Ripple-Matic to show studio. This is going to be a long process, so don't expect casting news anytime soon. We're taking our time, expecting big things from DC, Jeff Johns, and Warner Bros. Team. Excited year ahead, he said, referencing to DC Entertainment President and Chief Creative Content Officer Jeff Johns. A film centering on the crime fighter was announced following the release of Lego Batman, which McKay directed. A prominent figure in the Batman mythology, Nightwing is the superhero alter ego of Dick Grayson, better known as Robin, after he comes of age. Since making his debut in the 80s, Nightwing has gone on to headline his own comics and has starred in a number of DC animated films and video games. Grayson will be portrayed by actor Brenton Tallowaits in the DC upcoming live-action television series Titans, based on the Teen Titans. The series will help launch the comic book giant's brand streaming service in 2018, alongside Season 3 of the animated series Young Justice. Former The Killing co-stars Joel Kinnaman and Marilyn Enos have been cast in Amazon's upcoming television series adaptation of 2011's film Hannah. Kinnaman and Enos will be joined up by up-and-coming star Emis Creed Miles, who is set to portray the title character, Deadline reported. Hannah follows the story of a young girl with extraordinary skills who evades the pursuit of a CIA agent determined to find out who she is. Kinnaman will star in the series as Hannah's father, a soldier and mercenary who trained his daughter how to survive for the last 15 years in Poland. Enos will be seen as the CIA agent who is on the hunt for the girl as a conspiracy unravels. Sarah Adina Smith is set to direct, with the script from David Farr, who co-wrote the original film that starred Shara Ronan, Eric Bana, and Cate Blanchett. Production is set to begin in March across Hungary, Slovakia, Spain, and the United Kingdom, Variety reported. Kinnaman and Enos starred together on AMC's The Killing for 3 seasons before it was picked up by Netflix for a 4th season that premiered in August 2014. The Man Who Built America, Frontiersman, a docuseries executive produced by the Revenant star Leonardo DiCaprio, is set to debut on the History Channel on March 7th. A news release says, in April of 1775, just weeks before the American Revolution begins, a group of pioneers launched their own revolution, defying a king, to establish a permanent settlement on the frontier. It continues by saying, before them lies a territory of 2.5 million square miles of vast, raw, untamed land stretching from the Appalachian Mountains to the Pacific Ocean generation that will one day forge a new nation. The Men Who Build America frontiersmen span a formative period of history featuring the first 75 volatile years of the United States, from the Revolution through the California Gold Rush, where Daniel Boone, Meriwether Lewis, and William Clark, John Fremont, Davy Crockett, and Andrew Jackson set forth across uncharted lands with determination and self-reliance. The four-part, 8-hour program will feature dramatizations of significant moments in American history with interviews with experts and survivalists. Jennifer Davidson and Stephen David are also executive producing the project. George Clooney gushes about his marriage to Amal Clooney in a new teaser for David Letterman's new Netflix talk show series, My Guest Needs No Introduction. Letterman begins the conversation by stating how marriage changes one's purpose in life to not being about themselves. Clooney says in the clip released ahead of the episode's Friday premiere, "I have to say, before I had the twins, I felt that about her." The actor continues, "I felt that I met someone who I could absolutely trade my life for. I met someone that her life meant more to me than my life, and I never had that experience before." Letterman's talk with Clooney comes after the 70-year-old interviewed Barack Obama, where the former president shared a story of how daughter Sasha asked him to dance while late musician Prince was performing. Future episodes of My Next Guest Needs No Introduction will include conversations with Malala Yousafzai, Jay-Z, Tina Fey, and Howard Stern. Shooting began this week in Europe on the Little Drummer Girl miniseries. The international thriller marks the television debut of filmmaker Park Chan-wook, who is directing all 6 hours of the project. Set in the 1970s, the John LeClaire adaptation stars Alexander Skarsgård, Michael Shannon, and Florence Pugh. A synopsis says, brilliant young actress Charlie strikes up an acquaintance with an intriguing stranger while on a holiday in Greece, but it rapidly becomes apparent that his intentions are far from romantic. The man is Becker, an Israeli intelligence officer who entangles her in a complex and high-stakes plot orchestrated by spymaster Kurtz. The miniseries will air on the BBC in the United Kingdom and on AMC in the United States. The League of Gentlemen stars Mark Gatiss and Steve Pemberton have joined the ensemble of Good Omens, a 6-part drama on the fantasy novel by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. The series, which is expected to film in South Africa until early next month, is scheduled to air on BBC Two in the United Kingdom and via Amazon Prime elsewhere. It stars Michael Sheen, David Tennant, Reese Shearsmith, and Namia Walsh. Gatiss said in a statement, "I'm delighted to be working with David and Michael again, and of course with Steve. Bringing a little film noir menace to such an exciting project, being bad, never felt so good." Pemberton added, "To be asked to fly to Cape Town with Mark and meet up with old friends David and Michael working on a script from the genius mind of Neil Gaiman. Well, you have me at Cape Town. Glossier and Harmony are just a small piece of the jigsaw, but hopefully one will fit nicely into place." Rounding out the ensemble are John Hamm, Miranda Richardson, Michael McKean, Jack Whitehall, Adrian Arjona, Anna Maxwell Martin, and Derek Jacobi. Gaiman remarked, "Part of the joy of Good Omens is getting to see what our angels and demons have been doing during our human history. And part of the joy as a writer is writing parts with specific actors in mind. Steve Pemberton was my only choice for Glossier, and Harmony has to be Mark Gatiss, in a film noir interlude set in 1941. Jennifer Gardner will star in a new HBO series from Girls creator Lena Dunham. The 45-year-old actress will return to television in Dunham's forthcoming remake of the British comedy Camping, according to Entertainment Weekly. Dunham is developing the series with Girls executive producer Jenny Conner. Gardner will play an obsessively organized and aggressively controlling wife who organizes a camping trip for her husband's 45th birthday. Dunham and Conner said in a joint statement, "The role is messy, provocative, and really funny. We love Jennifer's restraint and comedic timing, and we can't wait for the warmth and intelligence she'll bring to our central character, Catherine." The original Sky Camping had only one season run on Sky Atlantic in 2016. Dunham and Connor's remake will consist of 8 episodes and begin production in Los Angeles in the spring, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Camping will mark Gardner's first series regular role since playing Sydney Bristow on the ABC series Alias, which ended in 2006 after 5 seasons. Dunham celebrated the actress's involvement in an Instagram post Thursday. She wrote, "We got Sydney Bristow. I repeat, we got Sydney Bristow at a casual romance production." Comedy Central has renewed comedian Daniel Tosh's series Tosh.0 for an additional 3 seasons, keeping the show on the network through 2020. The extension comes as Tosh.0 is getting ready to premiere its 10th season on March 27th. The series features Tosh providing commentary on internet culture, while allowing stars of viral videos the opportunity to redeem themselves from any embarrassment they may have suffered. Tosh said in a statement, "Knowing when to move on in show business is highly overrated." Tosh.0 debuted on Comedy Central in 2009. It is the third longest running show on Comedy Central behind The Daily Show and South Park. President of Comedy Central, Kent Alterman, says, "I know it makes Daniel uncomfortable to publicly acknowledge our love and affection for each other, but we couldn't be more thrilled to extend our relationship with him." In September, Comedy Central signed Throw and Noah to a 5-year contract extension to remain the host of The Daily Show through 2022. The married couple behind The Big Sick, Kumail Nanjiani and Emily V. Gordon, are writing and executive producing a half-hour anthology series for Apple titled Little America. The series from showrunner Lee Eisenberg, who is also writing and executive producing, is based on true stories featured in Epic magazine that explores funny and heartfelt tales about immigrants in America. Nanjiani, Gordon, and Eisenberg are also being joined by co-creator of Netflix's Masters of None, Alan Yang, as an executive producer, along with Joshua Breerman, Joshua Davis, and author Spector from Epic Magazine. Little America will be part of Apple's upcoming slate of original programming that also includes a half-hour untitled Kristen Wiig comedy, Are You Sleeping starring Octavia Spencer, an untitled morning show drama starring Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston, the Steven Spielberg-produced Amazing Stories anthology, and space drama Seed. Apple has yet to announce how it will release the content. Najami starred in and co-wrote The Big Sick with Gordon. The film, which received an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Screenplay, depicts the real-life love story about the couple. The 4 battled for Stardom crowned its Season 1 winner Thursday after being renewed prior to the finale. Evie McKinney, 20, was announced as the show's first champion. Following the news, the Fox reality competition will return for a second season, according to E! News. McKinney beat out fellow contestants Candace Boyd, Vincent Kennedy, and Zavia to win a record deal with Republic Records. She celebrated the achievement on Instagram, calling herself, quote, "so blessed." The singer wrote, "I won, y'all. I brought the heat, y'all. I want this for so long. Hashtag the 4 on Fox." Deadline reported The 4 is Fox's highest-rated new unscripted series in nearly 4 years. The show is hosted by Fergie, with Diddy, DJ Khaled, and Meghan Trainor as judges. Fox president of alternative series and specials, Rob Wade, said, "The 4 is truly a next-generation show. It has pushed past the boundaries of traditional music competition series by focusing on recording artists in an epic battle to become a superstar." He added, "We'd like to thank our panel, our ringleader Fergie, the contestants, and our incredible production team for delivering concert-quality shows every week. And we look forward to pushing the boundaries even further in Season 2. Australian actor Cody Fern has joined the ensemble of House of Cards for the political drama's 6th and final season. Fern is best known for his roles in War Horse, The Tribe of Palos Verdes, and the assassination of Gianni Versace, American Crime Story. Production on Season 6 of the Netflix series is now underway. It will star Robin Wright, Diane Lane, Greg Kinnear, Michael Kelly, Jane Atkinson, Patricia Clarkson, Constance Zimmer, Derek Cecil, Campbell Scott, and Boris McGivern. The show is being renewed since its male star, double Oscar winner Kevin Spacey, was fired following allegations he sexually harassed men he worked with over the course of many years. Denmark's Prince Frederik left the Olympics Friday after his father's condition took a turn for the worse. The 49-year-old crown prince rushed home to Denmark amid news Prince Henrik's health has greatly deteriorated. The palace said in a statement, "The state of His Royal Highness Prince Henrik is unfortunately greatly worsened. The Crown Prince is now on his way to Denmark." Prince Frederik flew home ahead of the Olympic ceremonies, opening ceremonies at the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, South Korea, according to the CPH Post. The Crown Prince is an International Olympics Committee member. Prince Heinrich, the consort to Queen Margaret II, was diagnosed with dementia in the fall. The 83-year-old royal was hospitalized in January for a tumor in his lung that was found to be benign and was readmitted to the hospital February 2nd. Lucifer star Rachel Harris is going to be a mom of two. The 50-year-old actress announced on Thursday's episode of Live with Kelly and Ryan that she's having another baby with violinist husband Christian Hibble. She jokingly told host Kelly Ripa and Ryan Seacrest, "I have breaking news for you guys. This is a world exclusive. Myself and my violinist husband Christian Hibble are expecting baby number 2. Harris, who already shares 18-month-old son Henry with Hibble, confirmed she's expecting again in a tweet Friday. She wrote, "Super excited for Henry to meet his new sibling. #baby, #2 on the way at Christian Hebel." Harris celebrated her 50th birthday with Hebel and Henry in January. She couldn't help but gush about her son in an Instagram post at the time. She wrote, "Best birthday gift ever to celebrate with this nugget at his happy place. Thank you at Christian Hebel for all of it. I'm so grateful for Dada and Henry so very much. #35 never felt so good," adding a winky emoji. Harris plays actor Linda Martin on Lucifer, which co-stars Todd Ellis. The Fox series returned for a third season in October. Former Breaking Bad star Aaron Paul is the first-time dad. The 30-year-old actor shared a cute picture Thursday on Instagram after wife Lauren Paul gave birth to a baby girl. The black and white snapshot shows a close-up of Paul's daughter's foot as Lauren cradles the infant to her chest in a hospital bed. A congratulatory balloon and flowers can be seen in the background. "My heart," Paul captioned in the photo. Lauren gave fans a first glimpse of her daughter's face in a slideshow of pictures on her own account. She captioned the post, "There are no words that will ever be able to explain what just happened to my heart." Paul announced Lauren's pregnancy in November and said on the January 23rd episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live that his daughter was due any minute now. He previously told Us Weekly he and Lauren have been spending a lot of time preparing their baby's girl's nursery. The star shared, "It's quickly turned into our favorite room in the house. Everything's very light and just warm. It feels like a little nest. It's the most exciting time of our lives." Paul is best known for playing Jesse Pinkman on Breaking Bad. He presently portrays Eddie Lane on the Hulu series The Path, which returned for a third season in January. Television personality Ginger Zee has given birth to her second son. The ABC News meteorologist posted on Twitter Friday a photo of her 2-year-old son Adrian in a hospital wearing blue scrubs that says Big Brother. She captioned the image, "Scrubbed in, delivered a healthy baby boy, and got a cookie to celebrate. It's been a good day." She captioned the image without revealing further details about her and husband Ben Aaron's younger child. Zee showed off her baby bump at the American Hearts Association Go Red for Women's Red Dress Collection 2018 fashion show in New York Thursday night. Luther and the Dark Tower star Idris Elba has proposed to his girlfriend, former Miss Vancouver Sabrina Dari, at a London movie theater. E! News reported the engagement Saturday. Idris Elba, actually Reno Cinema tweeted, "Another at Reno Cinema first. Still 5 days to Valentine's Day, but at Idris Elba went down on one knee and proposed to his girlfriend live on stage this morning before a preview of his film, #Yardy. She said yes, and there was much clapping and cheering." Elba has been on the promotion trail for his movie Molly's Game. He has a 3-year-old son named Winston with ex-girlfriend Naya Garth. Hairspray and What a Girl Wants actress Amanda Bynes has returned to Twitter after a 10-month absence. She captioned a photo during with girls at Gristal that shows her sitting in a restaurant with 2 women. Bynes is wearing a short-sleeved black top with her blonde hair hanging down the front of it in the image. Her most recent post was in April of last year, where she shared a photo of her and her female friends in front of a floral display. Also known for her work on the Nickelodeon series All That and The Amanda Show, the 31-year-old actress last appeared in the 2010 movie Easy A. Around that time, she was arrested for driving while intoxicated and made headlines for her erratic behavior, which briefly landed her in a psychiatric hospital. In an interview with Good Morning America last June, Bynes said she had been sober for 3 years and taking classes at the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising. She also says she hopes to start acting in supporting roles and guest spots soon. New York Attorney General Eric Scheinerman filed a lawsuit against disgraced Hollywood film producer Harvey Weinstein for civil rights violations due to multiple sexual misconduct allegations. The lawsuit also names Harvey Weinstein's brother Robert Weinstein, as well as the Weinstein Company, the film production company they co-founded. The Weinstein Company was up for sale after allegations against Harvey Weinstein surfaced and caused problems for the company's image. A deal was in the works, but could be complicated pending the lawsuit. Shireman said in a news release, any sale of the Weinstein Company must be ensured that victims will be compensated, employees will be protected going forward, and that neither perpetrators nor enablers will be unjustly enriched. According to the lawsuit, Harvey Weinstein, quote, repeatedly and persistently sexually harassed female employees at the Weinstein Company by personally creating a hostile work environment that pervaded the workplace and by demanding that women engage in sexual or demeaning conduct as a quid pro quo for continued employment or career advancements. Some of those actions, the lawsuit says, were criminal, and the company headed by the Weinsteins used its resources and employees to, quote, facilitate the unlawful conduct. In addition, the lawsuit says that Robert Weinstein and the company's board were repeatedly presented with credible evidence of Harvey Weinstein's behavior towards female employees, as well as the use of company resources to engage in unlawful conduct, but they allegedly refused to take action. Also, other examples of how Harvey Weinstein allegedly created a hostile working environment include the use of gender and sexual slurs against female and gay employees, using his stature of more than 6 feet to intimidate employees, repeatedly screaming and berating employees in private and public settings, and even threatening to kill them and their families. Harvey Weinstein told an employee, according to the lawsuit, "You don't know what I can do." The suit seeks unspecific monetary damages as well as $500 to $500,000 per each violation of civil law and New York City Human Rights Code. Harvey Weinstein responded to the lawsuit Sunday night via his attorney Ben Braffin, who said a fair investigation by Schneiderman will demonstrate that many of the allegations are without merit, according to Variety. Braffin said, referencing to Harvey Weinstein's previous production company, while Mr. Weinstein's behavior was not without fault, there certainly was no criminality. At the end of the inquiry, it will be clear that Harvey Weinstein promoted more women to key executive positions than any other industry leader, and there was zero discrimination at either Miramax or the Harvey Weinstein Company. Icelandic composer, musician, and producer Jóhann Jóhannsson was found dead in his Berlin apartment Friday. He was 48. Deadline.com confirmed the news with his manager Tim Humsum, but said the cause was not immediately known. Johansson's music was heard on the soundtracks of the films Mother, Arrival, The Theory of Everything, Prisoners, and Sicario. He is also credited as a composer along with Hildebrandt Gudrun for the upcoming Bible drama Mary Magdalene. Johansson is survived by his parents, 3 sisters, and a daughter, Variety reported. His Facebook page was updated Saturday with the message, "It is with profound sadness we confirm the passing of our dear friend Johann. We have lost one of the most talented and brilliant people who we had the privilege of knowing and working with. May his music continue to inspire us." Redbird Music Management. Johansson was 48. Emmy-winning actor Reg E. Cathey had died. He was 59. The Alabama native was best known for his work on the TV shows Outcast, House of Cards, Oz, and The Wire. The Wire creator David Simon announced on Twitter Friday, Reg Cathey, 1958 to 2018, not only a fine, masterful actor, but simply one of the most delightful human beings with whom I have ever shared some long days on set. On wit alone, he could double any man over and leave him thinking. Reg, your memory is a great blessing. The Hollywood Reporter confirmed Cathey's death, but said no details regarding the cause or place of it were immediately available. His other credits include The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, The Fantastic Four, Born on the 4th of July, What About Bob, Clear and Present Danger, Seven, Tank Girl, American Psycho, and Pootie Tang. Cathey was 59. And John Gavin, an actor who appeared in Hollywood hits Psycho and Spartacus and later served as an ambassador to Mexico, died Friday in Beverly Hills, a representative for his wife said. He was 86. Bud Burton Mosa, a representative for Gavin's wife, Constance Towers, didn't reveal the cause of death. Before his acting career, Gavin graduated from Stanford University and served in the Navy during the Korean War. His first appearance on the big screen in 1956 was with the role in the Western Raw Edge, in which he was credited as John Gilmore. His fame increased in the late 50s when he began working with director Douglas Sirk in A Time to Love and A Time to Die, his first starring role, and Imitation of Life. Gavin also starred in Psycho as Sam Loomis, the boyfriend of Janet Leigh's doomed Marion Crane, and as a slave leader in Spartacus. He served on the board as the Screen Actors Guild starting in 1965 and became president from 1971 to 1973. Gavin eventually moved into politics, serving as ambassador to Mexico under President Ronald Reagan from 1981 to 1986. He is survived by his wife, 2 children, and 2 stepchildren. Gavin was 86. Steven Tyler and the Loving Mary Band have been booked to sing at Los Angeles Police Memorial Foundation's benefit concert. The event, which also will feature a performance by the LA rock band Heaven and Earth, is to take place March 6th at the Avalon Hollywood. Stuart Smith of Heaven and Earth said in a statement, While participating in the Memorial Foundation's charity golf tournament, I had the opportunity to get to know families that lost a loved one. They lost a spouse or a parent over something so stupid as a traffic stop. My heart went out to them. I am very proud to be able to help out the men and women of the LAPD that do this every day for so little and are generally very underappreciated. Steven Tyler also wanted to do more help. Celebrities who have previously supported the LAPMF include Jack Nicholson, Jerry West, Wayne Gretzky, Mark Wahlberg, Elton John, Sugar Ray Leonard, Vince Scully, Dennis Quaid, Larry King, Kelsey Grammer, Eddie Van Halen, Samuel L. Jackson, Richard Dreyfuss, Chris O'Donnell, George Lopez, Tommy Lasorda, Oscar De La Hoya, Rihanna, Ray Romano, Betty White, Andy Garcia, Luke Wilson, and others. The Migos Cultural 2 is number 1 on the U.S. album charts, Billboard.com announced Saturday. Coming in number 2 on the Billboard 200 albums charts is the soundtrack to the movie musical The Greatest Showman, followed by Above and Beyond's Common Ground at number 3, Bruno Mars' 24K Magic at number 4, and Ed Sheeran's Divide at number 5. Rounding out the top tier are Kendrick Lamar's Damn at number 6, Camila Cabello's Camila at number 7, Post Malone's Stoney at number 8, Khalid's American Teen at number 9, and Imagine Dragons Evolve at number 10. 50 Shades Freed starring Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan is the number 1 movie in North America, earning $38.8 million in receipts this weekend, BoxOfficeMojo.com announced Sunday. Coming in number 2 is Peter Rabbit with $25 million, followed by the 1517 to Paris at number 3 with $12.6 million, Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle number 4 with $9.8 million, and The Greatest Showman at number 5 with $6.4 million. Right at the top tier are Maze Runner, The Deaf Cure at number 6 with $6 million, Winchester at number 7 with $5 million, The Post at number 8 with $3.5 million, The Shape of Water at number 9 with $3 million, and Den of Thieves at number 10 with $2.9 million. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 2008, the writer's strike ends after 100 days. Hollywood's longest work stoppage since 1988 ends on this date in 2008, when members of the Writers Guild of America voted by a margin of more than 90% to go back to work after walking out that began the previous November 5th. The writer's strike began during the negotiation of the WGA's latest contract with the Alliance of Motion Pictures and Television Producers, which represents over 300 production companies. Negotiations stalled after the WGA members demanded a share of the revenues generated by movies, television shows, and other works distributed on the internet and viewed on computers, cell phones, and new media devices. Heavily covered by the press, the walkout proved to be much more damaging to the entertainment industry than expected. More than 60 television shows had to be shut down, causing a drop in ratings and the loss of tens of millions of dollars in ad revenues for the networks. By the end, the strike was estimated to have cost the local LA economy more than $3 billion, taking into account lost wages for writers and crew members, lost business for service industries such as catering and equipment rental, and reducing consumer spending. For the duration of the strike, TV viewers at home were forced to go without new episodes of their favorite shows as networks dealt with the shutdown of production by loading the schedule with reruns and increased amount of reality programming, such as a revamped version of the 1990s hit American Gladiators. Negotiators reached a tentative agreement on February 8th, and both the East Coast and West Coast branches of the WGA ratified the deal on February 10th. 2 days later, the writers themselves approved the truce, and a new contract with the AMPTP was signed on February 25th. Based in part of a deal signed the previous month between production companies and the Directors Guild of America, the new contracts gave WGA members residual payments for programs streaming online at a much higher rate than that they paid for DVDs, and formalized union jurisdiction over programming created for the web. Writers would be paid for shows streaming on advertising support websites, and WGA members would hire to write original content for the web would be covered under a union contract. Though labor experts and WGA supporters herald the outcome as an important victory for the striking writers, the contract includes several key concessions. Studios could hire non-union writers to work on low-budget internet shows, for example, and no residuals would be paid to writers for repeated shows viewed online within a few weeks after the original shows aired on television. The strike also failed to win the union jurisdiction over the ever more important realms of reality programming and animation. Still, Melo, in an email message to the East and West Coast writers groups quoted in the New York Times, Patrick M. Verome, the president of the West Coast Guild, and Michael Winship, his East Coast counterpart, stressed that the positive ending to the 2007-2008 writers' strike, much has been achieved, and while this agreement is neither perfect nor perhaps all that we deserve for the countless hours of hard work and sacrifice, our strike has been a success. And as your entertainment report for Monday, February 12, 2018, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.